Hey guys, Sophia here with Turquoise Toffee, and I'm back with another video. Today we're talking about the 2024 IFBB Pro League Mile High Pro Bikini and Pro Masters Bikini results. And what's particularly awesome about this show is a lot of the same ladies are in both top fives. Very, very impressive. So in terms of Olympia, it's only the open division, not the masters, who qualify for the Olympia. The masters have their own Olympia and their own way of qualifying for it. So as far as the 2024 Open Olympia is concerned, last year's top three are automatically qualified. And then the winner of every open division contest within the qualification period also gets to go to the Olympia. So checking out the scorecard, in first place was Ashley, second, Kate, third, Sue, fourth, Elisangela, and fifth, Amanda. And when you look at the numbers there, the scores were very even. A clear win for Ashley. Okay, fifth place, Amanda looks beautiful. I love her suit. I love her pinky red lips. I think her hair is perfect with one side of the hair back behind her ear. You get this beautiful view of her earring. It just draws your attention to her smile. She looks stunning. I think her physique looks amazing as well. She's got great legs, beautiful size in her quads, a lot of curve to the sweep, nice size to the hamstring, a good curve to the glute as well. And she's posing really well to show off how small her waistline is, but she's not losing her hourglass shape. I'm super impressed because normally when people are this sideways, I find that you don't get that triangular shape in their upper body, but she is really twisting. Her delt and her glute are perfectly lined up. You're seeing her lat. You get to still see the back shoulders, so you have the symmetry. You have that width coming into the narrowness. You're seeing how small her waistline is, and you're getting a great shot of her glute. So I think she's really nailed the posing. Just a fantastic way to flatter her physique. Tiny waist, big shoulders, big glutes. Perfect. My only suggestion would be to relax this arm a little bit. I find that it's sticking a bit far from the body, more than it needs to be. She could just let it fall a little bit more naturally downwards, and I think that would be just as flattering to her shape and still maintain that beautiful S curve. Her conditioning looks beautiful. I love the detail in her abs. Her legs have a little bit of definition without being overly lined and full of grooves. So I think she just looks stunning, and this is a fabulous placing for her. All right, next in fourth place is Elisangela. I can comment, I do find that all of the photos are very bright. You're not getting that rich, deep tone in the tans, but it's across the board. So it's every athlete. So I don't think it's that nobody came in super dark. I think it's just the lighting and the way that the photo's picking up the colors. So you can see her tan is very even. Beautiful, beautiful abs. My gosh, it's such great detail, so lean. She's got nice lines coming down her legs as well. This groove here, beautiful size in her glute. I do find that her shoulders are falling a little bit, like they're not level. This shoulder is higher than this one. It's almost as if this hand is pulling her backwards and downwards. And I feel like that is not doing her any favors for the hourglass shape. If she could pull up the chest, kind of spread open the clavicles, and really try to keep the shoulders high and straight and full, I think that would be really good. Ultimately, I feel that she could have more size in the delts themselves, a little bit more height, a little bit more roundness. They're quite lean. There's even some striations coming through over here. So a little bit more muscle mass, I think, would help as well, so that you have even more of that curvy shape. But certainly just by posing a little higher in this arm, I think she would look even more hourglass. But her conditioning is super impressive. The abs in particular, like I said, I think she has to be careful. You don't want to be too lean with striations, but her abs look great. Her legs look beautiful. The red suit is stunning with her makeup, the lipstick. And I love that her hair is just so slicked backwards off of her face. There is not a strand out of place. She looks really good. Okay, next in third place is Sue. The first thing I noticed were her beautiful lips. The shade, the way she's shaped. Oh, gorgeous. She is so pretty. The color of her lips with the color of the suit with that black outline. It's like the suit mimics her makeup and her hair and the eyebrows, and she's gorgeous. It's a perfect color combo. Her physique is amazing as well. She's got a lot of size. You don't even really notice it so much in the individual photos, but when you have her side by side with the other competitor, wow, really curvy and full. Her hamstrings look amazing. She's got a great curve and size to the glutes. In the back pose, her glutes are stunning. Amazing quad sweep. She's got a nice small waist with a lot of detail in the oblique. She's definitely got her hand really far forward onto the midsection, which I'm not crazy about that because I don't see like the six pack and the flatness of the abs, but she's probably doing that to try to maintain a nice shape into the back shoulder. She has extremely impressive shoulders, really nice size, great curves. But I have to say, this pose, I find her to be way too sideways. I want to see more of like a 45-degree angle in her torso. I'm okay with the legs being as sideways as they are. I think you're still seeing a nice shape in that back leg. But I'm not getting like that perfect hourglass shape where the top and the bottom are really nicely lined up. So like right now, the delt is more in than the glute. So I would prefer if she was more twisted to the front, maybe a little bit more of a 45-degree angle, like right even to the belly button, so that instead of being so much of a sideways view, we're getting more of the front and more of that hourglass shape coming through. Still, I think she looks amazing, so impressive, lots of great muscle, beautiful conditioning as well. She's managed to have some nice outlining of the quad, this groove in her hip. Her arms look nice and lean, but she still has some crazy good full round curves. So amazing. Okay, next in second place is Kate. Beautiful posing. I love how much of her torso you're seeing. She looks very bright, blonde, platinum, the blue suit. Like she's just so vibrant looking. As I was saying with the posing, you're just seeing a really nice amount of her midsection. The lat looks nice and full. Beautiful curve to the back, and she's got some gorgeous glutes. I really notice the outlining here, the curve that comes right in with the conditioning is beautiful. Really nice outlining of the quad as well. Great hamstrings. Her legs look really full. She's got nice proportions of the size of the leg muscles compared to the glutes, and also nice size of the glutes and legs compared to the upper body. Like I think she's got a really nice overall package. Maybe a little more curve to the delts. The size is nice, but I find that they're quite high and then they slope down. I'd love to see a little bit more of the roundness come out here. But that's kind of it. Like, I think she looks really pretty, bright. You're seeing that great overall hourglass shape, nice conditioning, nice tiny waist, and just a fabulous second place. Okay, and now in first place is Ashley. As beautiful as ever, her lipstick. I love the gloss, the shininess. It complements the suit color so well. The suit is perfectly picked to go with the backdrop with that little bit of purple outline. Just stunning, as usual. Now, she looks particularly good today in her midsection. I love how just like sucked in and tiny and tight and firm her stomach looks. But no ribs showing. I don't know how she does it. She's super lean. She's really tiny in her waist, but still looks full and round in the rest of her body. Her shoulders, her lats, her glutes, the hamstrings as usual are super curved. So she really is amazing at getting the perfect amount of conditioning to look super athletic and tiny and firm, but still round and full. So I think she just nailed it. She looks great. Her shoulders are so curvy. You definitely see the hourglass shape with the way she's posing. She's not too sideways. She's got the level shoulders, so she doesn't have one shoulder higher than the other. Just everything is really spot on to highlight the silhouette and the tiny waist and that width in the top coming into the narrowness before going back out to the width in the glute. So a beautiful first place for her. She nailed everything. Love the curly hair. Maybe she could not have the hair on top, like put it to the back so we could see the delt a little bit more, but you still see the curve and the muscles in her arms, so I'm okay with it. Okay, I know this is not the greatest stage shot photo. It's quite zoomed out, and I tried to bring it in as close as I could without it getting overly pixelated, but I always like to use the actual stage photos rather than making my own picture with the individual photos, just so that you can see the different heights, you can see where people were standing, how they were angling themselves to the judges. It's still a good picture to tell us what was happening right at that moment. And I can see a few things, even in this not particularly clear photo. I still think Sue is too sideways, even though her muscles look round and full and she's got a great curvy shape to her back. I just find her to be too much of a profile shot and not enough of her stomach, not enough openness in the shoulders. Elisangela, I still feel that she's doing this pulling of the arms so the shoulders aren't level. And when you have her next to Ashley, who it does have that width and that the broadness and just pulling up the chest and the clavicle, you can see that Elisangela looks more narrow and not as open in the upper body. Amanda, great posing, really nice, open. That triangle shape really comes through. Nice detail also in the legs. I think her conditioning looks really good. Kate, first thing I noticed was this gorgeous groove in her glute here. She's got nice size on her legs. But then when you look at Ashley compared to everyone else, you're seeing that hamstring, the curve, you're seeing this groove in her glute, you're seeing the amazing midsection, that openness and fullness in her upper body, and the posing is so flattering. She's really nailed that triangle upper body, but the overall curvy shape is the hourglass. It's perfect. Okay, and then from behind, it's Sue who catches my eye here. The glutes are so round and the delts are so round. So it's just curve, tiny waist, and curve again. Absolutely stunning. I really like the amount of muscle she has, the fullness, the roundness. It looks really beautiful. Elisangela beside her, great conditioning. I think the detail down her legs look really good. A little bit more narrow in her upper body, particularly when you have her between Sue and Ashley. So I think she could definitely put on a little bit more size in the shoulders. Kate, fabulous shoulders, great tie-ins. The back there looks really nicely defined. I wonder if she couldn't have a little bit more fullness in her hair so we see a little less of the back in here. Not that it's bad to see it. It's not overly muscular or too hard or conditioned or anything like that. Like, her back looks lovely, but I think just to really play up the shape of that triangle, of that hourglass, she could maybe just have a little bit less of a rectangle of hair coming down and a little bit more of that full shape, even cut into a bit of a V, just to make the delts kind of pop out of the hair. Amanda, really nice size in the glutes. I think she's got some good detail coming down into the legs, but maybe a little bit more of the tie-ins themselves showing would be good. And then when you look at Ashley, she's kind of got it all. She's got the delts popping out of the hair. The hair is in that nice full shape. So you see no back at all, just delts, and then the lower back and how small her waist is. At least Angela has a pretty small waist as well. And then you're seeing that nice fullness and roundness in the top of her glutes and really good, particularly the inside part of her tie-ins, and some nice lines into the hamstrings as well. So she just really encompasses that hourglass shape. But again, I think Sue looks pretty good from behind. Okay, now in terms of Olympia, of course, Ashley was already qualified. Now looking at our Masters Bikini, a lot of the same girls, like I said at the beginning, so impressive. So in first place was Sue, second Elisangela, third Amanda, fourth Chrissy, and fifth Lisa. So here's Lisa in fifth place, fabulous midsection. She's got great leanness in her abs. Her stomach is totally flat. The obliques are just unreal, really sharp, great definition. She's got a nice long torso. It's definitely the first thing I noticed, just beautiful leanness. Nice curves to the glutes. I do think though that she's looking a little narrow in her upper body. I think she could have a bit more delt, a little bit more lat, but she could also try her best to pose to really kind of pull out that upper body, really try to spread the lat, open the shoulders. It's probably some of my issues are with just the angle of the photographer versus the angle of the judges, but I'm definitely not getting that hourglassy big triangle upper body shape in this photo. It's more of a straight narrowness in the top. And so I want to see the shoulders a little further out, a little bit more curved to the lat, then this extremely impressive tiny waist and these beautiful round glutes. So just a little bit more size and a little bit more twisting, and I think she would definitely have it. But overall, I'm super impressed with her conditioning. She's got really nice coloring. The red suit looks beautiful. Her makeup looks great. And she did fabulous. Okay, next and fourth is Chrissy. Gorgeous suit. I love the colors, the blue, but it's also got some like purpley lavender in the middle. So pretty. And I think she kind of tied that in to her lipstick, a bit of the eyeshadow. It's very, very, very feminine and just lovely. Now, she's also got an impressive midsection, great abs, nice definition, a little bit more lat than we're seeing on our last competitor. So beautiful size in the upper body. Though I do think even she could try to open up a little bit more. I find that the arm is really over top of the lat, whereas maybe she could try to pull it back a little more. I wouldn't pull like the hand further away from the body, but I would try to just open the shoulders so that you get a little bit more of that width into the upper body. Really nice small waist, gorgeous size to the glute, and she has a particularly nice dip right here where the glute and the hamstring comes together. So you see so much of that curve. Beautiful. Nice quad sweep, nice amount of definition down by her kneecap, that groove coming down her leg. So just overall, she looks fabulous, but I do think a little bit more horizontal width up in here to really draw your eye to the curves. Okay, Amanda, we saw already, as we also saw Elisangela, and we saw Sue. So let's look at the lineup. Again, I know it's not the clearest photo, but you can see everyone side by side. Stunning. So Sue, her legs stand out for sure. Very muscular, very curvy. The hamstrings, beautiful. Lisa, I feel, is a little bit too forward-facing. I think where her midsection, like I've commented on before, looks amazing, but I think she's too square on. If she had a little bit more of an angle and then kept the shoulders open, I think that would do better for showing off the smallness of her waist. Amanda, absolutely stunning. I love her silhouette, but I still think that the arm is coming out a little too far to the side. It could come a little bit more down. But then when I talk about Chrissy, I think she could open up a little bit more. I like this photo actually better than the individual photo. I think you're seeing the curve of that shoulder even more. And the arm isn't obstructing the glutes, so that's good. But I think it could be even more. I want more. I want more of the width so that it's an even more exaggerated hourglass shape. Elisangela, beautiful conditioning. She's really popping the hip here, but I still think that she could have a bit more of that levelness in the shoulders so that it's more of the width coming into the narrow. Sue, I can't talk enough about how much I love her full round muscles in her legs. Really great glute. Nice oblique here. Not quite in her pose yet, but she looks beautiful. And then from behind, okay, Sue, I think, has really good roundness in the glutes. She's got really full round delts. When I scan the lineup, I don't think anybody has as much size as she does in the glutes or the delts. But I do think in this photo, her stance is a bit wide. So rather than seeing an hourglass, I'm seeing like a triangle. So I think she could narrow it just a smidge to be a little bit closer together. Elisangela, I think, is doing a really good job getting that hourglass shape here. Chrissy, her delts look particularly good. The glutes have a nice size, some good definition coming down her hamstrings. Amanda also has really good size. I think the tie-ins could have been a little bit sharper. And even Lisa, I think, could have had a little bit more of the lines coming through into the tie-ins in the back of her legs. But overall, like, super impressive masters category. Okay, I've got one more recap still coming your way from last weekend, and then we have 3 shows coming up this weekend. So make sure you subscribe, give me a like if you like this video, comment your thoughts below, and come find me. I'm on Instagram at Turquoise Toffee.